Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Thanksgiving if you're in America. Um, just give it a few minutes, wait for everybody to join. So, um, if you want, put your name in the comments below. What your name is and where you're from. Um, so I'm sorry for the lighting. It's just really bad weather where I am. It's really grey and dull and dark. Um, it's not nice at all here. Um, so this is just going to be a chat, and we're just going to see how we go. Um, like I said, if you feel like joining in, drop me a comment below. I might just be rabbiting on, so I might not get to your message as you put it through. However, I will at the end go through all the comments and look at all the questions. Um, so yeah, look, we'll have a bit of a chat. We'll see how we go. I grab a coffee or a tea or any beverage of your choice, and I just want to make this really simple, really chilled. But I know it's a hard day for some people, so I thought we'd come on and have a chat. Um, but yeah, I thought I would just go live, make it if you just make it easy on you, so that you know that you're not alone. So yeah, should we get into it? So I think if people come in, they're welcome, whatnot. Sure, we get going. So you're very much welcome, obviously, to today's live. Um, if you've ever felt like you're carrying too much, especially on a day like today, for Americans, um, you don't really have, and you don't really have anyone to talk about it to. Then this live is for you, because we can be in a house full of people and still feel very alone, very upset. Um, like we got to hide stuff, we got to put on a mask. Whereas this group, I kind of want it to be like, that we don't have to put that mask on. This is a place where I want us to feel safe and comfortable, that we can come and take a breather and be ourselves. That doesn't mean I'm looking for negativity, no, but we can be like, I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. Look, you are not alone, and I just want you to really understand that you are not alone. So, like I said, grab a tea, grab a coffee, grab any beverage, and let's have a real conversation today. Okay. Um, Look, if this sounds like like you love your kids, you love your family, but sometimes you just feel overwhelmed, tired, or emotionally full, and you don't really have someone who gets it that you can talk to. That's what I want this group to be, do you know, for everyone. Um, Look, you might not have anyone that you feel like you can talk to because you don't want to burden anyone, you don't want to sound negative, or maybe the people around you just don't understand the mental and emotional load you carry every single day. So if that's you, drop it in the comments. Do you know? No, I'm not going to shout it out, so you don't feel like you're being displayed. But if you do, only I would just see that you are. Um, you don't have to be shy, because you're not the only one that's feeling like this, especially during the holidays. So here's something that I do want to make clear, okay? Feeling like you need someone to talk to doesn't mean you're weak. means you're human. It means you're carrying so much for so many people that you need support too. And sometimes getting that support, strangely, strangers on the internet, um, it can make a real difference. Because not if someone's not in your circle, in your life, in your bubble, sometimes talking to someone outside of that can give so much relief, so much, just so much. It can feel the weight lifting off because someone can either just sit and listen that's not involved, and sometimes taking yourself out of a situation and having someone else's view can f- just be freeing. It's crazy what that can do. We as mothers, we hold the emotions, the schedules, the routines, the reminders, the worries, everything we have to know. We feel like we have to know. Um, and we're like walking emotional bags, Um, and we get heavy and we get heavy and we wake up heavy and we wake up not knowing how to get rid of it. And that is really hard. And that can drain so many other emotions from us. Um, and I want you to know that without going too personal, what's one thing you wish people understood about you being a mum? Drop it in the chat. And then I can read it later. Because it reminds everyone here that we're in this together. Let's have a look. So true. Yep. It's so true. Hey, and I feel that way too. Yeah, you're definitely not alone. So, we're all feeling things as well. So, let's talk about a few things that can help you feel maybe less alone if you want and less heavy. Should I continue with that? Yeah, okay. So, you don't need a huge circle. You do just need one safe person, or even maybe this group. Maybe this group can be your safe person. But let's have a look. Sometimes one safe person is more powerful than 10 casual friendships. While these casual friendships, they are good and they are great, we sometimes just need that one person. So whether that's a friend, a partner, or even your sister-in-law, anything like that, or even an online community like the one we've got here. One space where you can talk openly and can genuinely change your emotions and your mental load. Because sometimes it's okay to say, I'm not okay. We don't have to be carrying everything 24/7. You don't have to hold everything in. And I stand by this. It is the worst thing in the world to hold everything in. If you've constantly been told, nobody wants to listen, your every negative comment that you can think of. I did that for years and it does nothing for you. And when you start talking to other people, you realize that everyone's got the same problems or your problems. And this is not dissing anyone. Okay. But sometimes you realize all your problems aren't as big. It's just your head and your situation because you can't come out of it. You can't speak it. Then you feel like your emotions are massively bigger and they might not be because when you said them out loud and you can zoom out from it and you listen to it, you can sometimes go, oh, okay, it is a problem, but it's not as big as I'm making it, or I feel it in my head. And that's powerful. It's okay to have a day where you say, this is a lot for me right now. Um, so I need a break. I need half an hour to myself. I need to go and do XYZ for me. Joe. And that is honestly more powerful. Do you know that you can, if you can carve out some time for yourself, take yourself off, especially for today, like it's Thanksgiving in America. So like if you if you were able to just find a bit of space where you could just take yourself off, because family and everything, it can be so much, and everybody wanting at you, you trying to have a lot of conversations, everything's coming at you, trying to make the dinners. So do you know, it's can be hard. So if you can find a little corner to take yourself and say, I need time right now, good on you. Like, take it. Or even if you want to make an excuse to run somewhere, take longer. Take the longer route. So sometimes, look, deep conversations aren't possible all the time, but a small connection throughout the day can still fill your cup, like a message to a friend or an emoji you can send. Just that it's not that you all know, you have that secret like emojiness to have a bit of fun, like a mum group like this online. Doesn't necessarily have to be this one; it could be another one. Um, a voice note exchange, even a walk with someone. Joe, just a quick catch up. Like I said, if you can find those few minutes to go, even if you make an excuse, as in, I got to go down to Karen's house to give her a present, or Karen down the road wants me to help her with something. Do you know, little things like that. Because these little check ins with people can make you feel part of something, even when your life is busy. Does it have to be what you're feeling right now? No, it doesn't have to be a deep, like I said, a deep conversation. It can just be a little banter thing, like a GIF, a funny GIF that makes you laugh or make your friend laugh, or, a little saying, something simple, just to take that pressure off. Because you deserve some support. So, like, as mums, we often are the emotional anchor for everybody, but the anchors need grounding too. And you deserve to have people who ask about how you are, not just what do the kids need. Like, sometimes you need to step back and go, who asked me today when it was all busy and hectic? What can I do to help you right now? And that could be a powerful insight, because you soon realize who messages and who asks about you, and it's not all about the kids. So sometimes you need to take a step back and see that as well. So like I mentioned, everything can be fun. Let's try that now. So like, drop an emoji that describes your mood for today. So if you're tired, if you're calm, overwhelmed, you're running on coffee, stick a coffee cup in the comments. Or if you're surviving with humour, a laughy face. If you're tired, a sleepy face. Something like that. Just drop one of the emojis into the comments. See how you feel about it. Just a fun little game, like I said, that you could do with your friends. Why not do it here? Let's practice what we're preaching. Because it's funny to see how different people react. It reminds us as well that we're all doing this life together in our own messy way. It could be beautiful, but it can also be messy. Some of these coming through are funny. Yeah, I definitely would get that for the day. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Uh, So before I start looking at your questions and everything, I just want to let you know that today can be busy, can be so full on. But remember, you matter, your feelings matter, and you deserve support just as much as everybody you support. You are not alone, even on these days when it's busy and it's family and it's holidays. You are never alone, even if you feel like you are. You're not. We're here. This group is here. I want you to really come in and you know, I want you to feel at ease in the group. I want you to feel welcome in the group, and that you've got someone and somewhere to go when things get a little heavy or little thing that we can lighten up your week. And if nobody has told you this week, you are doing an incredible job. So be proud of yourself. So if you like more lives like this, where we have a real conversation and a little bit of support and a little bit of fun, and you like this space, you want a space where you feel understood, and this community is here for you, I want you to drop in the comments. Let's drop in the comments. Talk. Let's talk. Then I know that you liking this kind of flow of lives, and it's something that you want more of. And we can do this all together, and we can all support each other. Because of the day is, I think I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. I just want you to know we are here. The group is here. You have support. If you feel like it gets too much, just come in and have a chat. Drop something in, emojis for the day. I don't mind, whatever it is. And I will try and message back and stuff, I want you to feel like you're not alone. Okay? So let's just have a look and see if there's any messages. Okay. So Sandra says, why do I feel lonely even though I'm always around my kids? Yeah, I get that. So oh my gosh, Sandra, this is so common. Kids are adorable, but let's be real. They're not exactly great conversationalists. And I know it's hard to say, and I'm just going to keep this real because I am real. Okay? We spend all day with our lovely, tiny humans who only want snacks, wipes, and your last nerve. And we can and still feel completely alone. Look, feeling lonely doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It means that you're craving some connection, actually, and some support, and somebody that you want to feel will talk at you and have a full conversation with you with proper words, will listen to you, will talk about anything and everything. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be about, it could be a TV show that you've watched. And it can just make you, when your kids are asking you and they're talking about silly things, it can be hard. It can be hard. But that doesn't make you're a bad person, or anything like that, or a bad mother, or anything like that. You are just normal, feeling normal human feelings. It's valid, and you are definitely not alone in that one. So, Sandra, I hope that helps you. If it doesn't, drop me a comment, and I'll try and answer it a little bit better. But just know, Sandra, you are not on your own, and the group is here for you. And we had another message. Okay. So Kira, how do I open up to someone without feeling like I'm complaining? Oh, Jesus, that's a good question, Kira. Good question. Honestly, sharing your feelings isn't complaining, it's communicating. It's